All right, let's get straight to it. Welcome to the world of reading comprehension. And let me be clear, this world is unforgiving. There is only one law here, and the punishment for breaking it is absolute failure. So listen carefully if you want to survive.
You see, in what I call the reading comprehension empire, the only thing that matters is the word of the emperor, and the emperor is the text. It doesn't matter what you think, what you believe, or what you know to be true in the real world. Your personal opinion, it's treason. And defiance means immediate execution. You fail?
You have to understand this. This is not a debate club. We're not searching for some universal truth. This is a game of survival. Your job is not to be right, it's to be loyal. Loyal to the text. You must obey what is written, completely, and without a single question.
And now, for the most critical rule of all. Your common sense is not your friend here. It is a liability. All that outside knowledge you have, that's contraband. The text is its own self-contained universe. It has its own logic, its own facts. The moment you bring in your own, you've contaminated the system, and you've guaranteed your own downfall.
Let's take the topic of processed foods. I know what you're thinking. It's unhealthy. Those additives are dangerous. Those are your beliefs, and right now you need to discard them. Set them aside. Because in this empire, the emperor's word is a closed system. We only analyze what is given to us. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay, the imperial decree is about to be presented. You need to pay absolute attention to every single word. Don't let your mind wander. Don't start interpreting. Just receive the command.
加工食品は身体に有害であり、添加物は避けられるべきであるという見解は一般に広く流布している。このような主張は人工的に生成されたものに対する不信感に支えられていると言えよう。しかしながら、自然であることが安全性を保証するといった前提が十分に検証されているとは必ずしも言えない。
So what's that saying? It's basically introducing the popular opinion that processed foods are bad. But then, right away, it questions a key assumption. The idea that natural automatically means safe.
自然界には人為的な操作を経ることなく存在しているにもかかわらず、強い毒性を有すると知られている物質が少なからず見出されている。例えば、毒キノコやフグ、トリカブトなどは適切に処理されない場合、生命に重大な影響を及ぼしうる。And here is the evidence. The text points to things in nature, like poisonous mushrooms and pufferfish, to prove that natural things can be incredibly toxic if you're not careful.
一方で、加工食品や食品添加物は一定の基準に基づいて使用が認可されており、その安全性は検証されているとされている。もちろんそれらが完全に無害であると断言することは許されないが、だからといって人工的であるという理由のみをもって一律に危険視されるべきであるとは限らない。Now, on the flip side, it says that processed foods are regulated, and their safety is said to be verified. That's a key phrase.The point is, you shouldn't just call them dangerous, simply because they're artificial.
したがって、食品の安全性は自然か人工かという単純な二分法によって判断されるべきものではなく、個々の物質の性質や使用条件などに即して個別に評価されなければならない。
And here it is, the final command. See that first word? したがって。Therefore, it concludes that food safety shouldn't be judged by a simple natural versus artificial split.It has to be evaluated on a case-by-case basis.
The decree has been issued. Now comes the trial. 4 options are about to be brought forward. We will judge each one against the absolute word of the emperor. 3 will be found guilty of treason. Only 1 will survive.
The charge is this. 筆者の主張として最も適切なものはどれか? In other words, which is the most appropriate statement of the author's claim? Now listen.This is not about finding a statement that is true. It's about finding the one that perfectly captures the emperor's main point.
Behold the accused, option A, B, C, and D. Let the trial begin.
We'll start with option A. 加工食品や添加物は完全に安全であるとは言えないため、注意して扱う必要がある。Look closely at that last phrase, should be handled with care.That's a recommendation, a call to action. It's an ethical judgment. Now ask yourself, did the emperor ever say that? No. You've added your own reasoning, your own common sense. That is a capital offense. Verdict, guilty. Purged.
Next up, option B. 自然界にも危険な物質は存在するため、自然であることだけでは安全性は保証されない。This one is tricky. It feels correct, doesn't it?
And it is factually true, according to the text. The emperor absolutely did mention poisonous mushrooms to make a point. But was it the point? No, it was a supporting detail, an argument used to tear down the idea that natural equals safe. Mistaking a piece of evidence for the final conclusion is treason. Verdict? Guilty. Purged.
All right, let's examine D.
加工食品や添加物は安全性が検証されているため、基本的には安全であると考えてよい。
You have to pay attention to the exact words. The text says their safety is said to be verified, とされている. It does not say they are basically safe. That's an exaggeration. The emperor chose his words with absolute precision. When you alter them even just a little, you're committing an act of rebellion. Verdict: guilty. Purged.
And then there was one. Option C. 食品の安全性は自然か人工かではなく、個々の性質や条件に基づいて判断されるべきである。
Let's analyze this. Remember that final sentence of the text? The one that began with, therefore, 従れ. What came after was the emperor's final conclusion. This option is a near-perfect paraphrase of that sentence. It adds nothing, it changes nothing, it misrepresents nothing. It is an act of perfect absolute loyalty. Verdict: innocent. This is the correct answer. This is how you survive.
So you want to survive the next trial. Then you will memorize the commander's protocol. These are your new rules of engagement.
1. Isolate the text. That means you purge your mind of everything you think you know. 2. Identify the conclusion. Hunt for those signal words like therefore or in conclusion. That's where the author's core claim lives. 3. Test every option. Put every single word on trial against the text. And 4. Execute the disloyal. Any option that adds, changes, or exaggerates is the enemy, and it must be eliminated without a moment's hesitation. The reason most people fail at this is actually very simple. It's because you don't believe the text. You believe your common sense. You trust your own logic more than you trust the emperor's, and that is why you get executed.
Remember your orders. Discard common sense, obey the text, and survive. That is all.